Hey friends, it's Jem with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for Project Life. This is week 47, so stick around. Hey friends, it's Jem with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me. Here is what I'm using to embellish week 47 in my Project Life album. I've got a lot of goodies, mostly from the Stories by the Month kit, and then some things sprinkled in from my stash. Here I go, speeding up the camera so we can get this show on the road. So, like I said, week 47, which was the 17th, I think, through the 23rd. And it was a crazy week. Nora turned 10, so this is definitely mostly about her birthday, but I do have a couple of photos from the first half of the week. Right now, sorry about the shuffling in the background. Right now I'm working on the title, which is just going to have the month with this die cut and Allie's lettering, and then I have these circular stickers left over from an old an old Studio Calico kit. Wow, words are hard. That the colors coordinate really well, so I'm just going to use those as well. And I have these alphas from the kit, but I liked the pink better, pulling in that blush pink. I wanted it to pop on the background of this die cut, so I pulled out these black labels that I had in my stash, also from Studio Calico, and I'm just going to abbreviate week 47 on them with the alphas and then stamp the date. The photo to the left is Nora. Monday I took a half day so that I could take her to her annual GI appointment. We had a new doctor this time in a new office, which ironically is where my primary is located. So when we pulled up, I was like, wait a minute. This is where your GI doctor is, at my office where I go all the time. So that was kind of trippy. But we loved her and it went well. And Nora was really brave and got a ton of blood drawn, which her results came back normal, which is awesome. That's the first time her celiac numbers have been within range ever. So we're very excited for her. And then, yeah, I just wrote about that just very briefly on this red label die cut that came with the Stories by the Month kit. And then I spelled out ow with a bunch of V's. Like, I never used the letter V, and I'm like, well, let me see. I'm going to put these together and see if I can make it look like a W. So that's what I did, getting creative there. Then the middle row, I have just this vellum thank you foiled card. And so all I did was put one of the circle stickers on it that says November and then one of the chipboard pieces from the Stories by the Month kit and just started a new workout called Job 1 so that there's no photos for it, but it is like a big part of the week. Then there's a picture in the middle of me and my buddy at work, and I just wrote on the label sticker that he's got a new calm down area, which seems to help, and called that a win. So, of course, that wins die cut worked perfectly for that. And then on the journaling card, it says into, and then currently around here and what's real now. I didn't use it to journal about what I'm into. I used it just as a generic journaling spot for the different days of the week. The highlights, the bold points that I want to zoom in on. So I use those alpha stickers to abbreviate for the days of the week. And then I talked about all those things, like having a half day to take her to the doctor. Actually, also, Tuesday I woke up in the middle of the night and I was feeling really sick and went to the bathroom and ended up having like projectile vomiting for hours and a terrible migraine. So I didn't go to work the next day because it was like, I think I woke up at like 2 a.m. and I was up till like 4 or 5. So I slept like all day on and off Wednesday and just laid in bed and was really lazy. But then I had to pick Nora up from school, and I did stop at Walmart and take her to get some treats, or well, really items to make treats for her birthday to bring to school. So I journaled about that. And then the last row, it's so simple. I didn't do anything to this vellum card. It is gorgeous with this watercolor effect that says I've got some thoughts about the season of life. I just love, love, love this card. So I left it plain. And then the photo that is to the left of that is I just put 2 pictures from the same moment of Nora and Abby. Abby I ended up having to take home with me after work on Tuesday. So they got to play for a little bit, and they were just being really goofy. Like Abby was trying to steal she ran around the house chasing her, trying to steal Nora's, there are new Annie's gluten-free like cheddar crackers that she's obsessed with, and Abby was trying to steal them from her. So it was just really funny. And they ran in the craft room and landed on the couch and said the couch was safety, but it really wasn't safety. I did make Nora share her crackers with Abby. But here is the finished left side of the spread. So first half of the week done, and then moving on to the right, I created a bunch of photos in grids using the Diptych app. So a bunch of them are from, Wednesday night making Nora's treats for school, and then the birthday banner that her cousin sent that they made with Grandpa, which was so sweet. It made us both like really emotional. And then the pictures from her birthday, these are all from the 20th, and then the 19th rather. Like making the cookies happened the 19th, and then her birthday was the 20th, and I took her to see Wicked for good with a friend, and then we got dinner after. So I talked about that and how much the kids loved the chocolate covered Oreos that we made. Like they raved about them. They were actually super delicious and very easy to make. And then the middle grid photo is a bunch of photos from Friday night after school where I picked Nora and her 3 friends up that she had asked to come for a sleepover. And we spent a lot of time like Friday night, before the movie and after school, picking out all kinds of spa goodies to put in these gift bags for them. And I set up like the table with mirrors, and they did masks, and we got them fake nails, so they all did their nails. And then we had Chipotle that Matt picked up on his way home from work, and then I took them to the mall. So Matt and I kind of had a little date while they walked around the mall, and I surprised Nora when I picked her up from school on her actual birthday with a purse, her first purse, and I put like a whole bunch of stuff in it, so it was like all ready to go, and it had like her key, her house key, and like one of those tiles that, you know, keeps track of where she is. It's pretty cool. So I journaled about that. I also decided to add happy birthday, like the abbreviation for that, with just the letters, happy birthday Nora. Above on the other grid photo that's a 4x6 size, I put the number 10 on top of the tag that says, I loved this most. And yeah, all the sentiments worked really well for each of the different things that I wanted them on, which was awesome. The only thing I didn't mention was the November vellum foiled card. I put the sticker that says the number 11 and that Nora is 10. Wild weekend party fun was had. It was crazy, and I think I'm still recovering from that weekend. Then the bottom row is just a picture of my mom and Nora. She had come over to celebrate Nora's birthday and had dinner with us on Saturday. So I put the heart die cut and the die cut that says together, and then the patience, my dear heart, was the perfect sentiment for my mom coming for dinner. If you know, you know. And so I just kept it simple. I just wrote that she came to have lunch with us on that Sunday. We had church. And added the little tag that says embracing this, or at least trying, which is another perfect sentiment for my relationship with my mom. And that is going to wrap up the right side. It came together really quickly. I had a lot of memories, but not a lot of room. So that is why I used the little grid photos, which is always great for putting more photos in the spread than you really have room for. Here you can see everything close up in real time, and then you'll see everything all together. All right, friends, that's going to wrap up this quick process video. Let me know if you have questions, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe and hit the bell. I'll see you back here next week. Take care, and remember that you are enough. Bye.